Hello, guys. Nice to meet you, Mariana. Today we will have a guest from Barcelona. She is a manager of one project in Barcelona, Ukrainian Center, and she will tell us a little bit about situation with the human rights and no discrimination in Spain. But first of all, I want to ask you, how was your weekend, Mitro? Can you say, did you have a rest?
As regular, spending time at my service, and that's all. Meeting with colleagues and so on.
So not so funny. Yulia, how about you?
On Saturday it was day with family, and on Sunday it was time at service.
Okay. Marina, tell me, what did you do on the weekend?
It's for me? I'm sorry.
Yeah, yes. Good morning.
Bad
Marina.
connection. Good morning. So this weekend I didn't do nothing. Stayed at home, made some, prepared to the today. That's all. I maybe watched some film. And I don't remember even what, because it wasn't some interesting. That's all.
As for me, it's good way to spend weekend, staying at home and do nothing.
Yeah.
Because I was working all weekend, so I did not have a rest at all. So I feel tired today on Monday.
Oh, but I'm too tired. I don't know why. Maybe I had
Maybe because of the weather.
Yes, maybe today is some not very shiny.
Mariana, is the weather good in Barcelona nowadays? Tell me. Is it sunny in Barcelona?
Great. The spring starting. We have a lot of flowers. Everything is blooming. Everything is perfect.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I should visit you as soon as possible because we have a rainy weather today in Poland. Okay, so I know that you have a few pictures from Barcelona, yes? Тетяна, можна попросити тебе показати фотографії, які я тобі надіслала?
Володимир Волинський, yes. And I'm a lawyer. I've been working in different and various projects, like in city council, for USAID. I helped to local communities with strategical plans, and here I'm working, helping to Ukrainian refugees with adaptation and integration, and working as well in the projects of gender rights, gender violence, and helping our Ukrainian women I'm supporting them with defending their rights when they have this gender violence situation.
By the way, how you can describe situation with the human rights in Spain? Is it better compared to Ukraine or worse?
I can say that they start to work with this more earlier, because they had their own constitution since 1090 from the 78, and we have constitution since 96. So it's like 20 years more. And they are members of European Union, or the Council of Europe, and it's like something extra. But what should I say to you? Like during the Franco, it was a dictator in Spain until 75. And, during the Franco, it wasn't permitted a meeting in the street of 3 persons. So when it's 3 and more, it's prohibited, and police can take you. and ask, what are you doing together in the street? And it wasn't permitted also for women to work without permission of her husband, of the father, brother, to open bank account as well. So
it reminds me Muslim countries, yes? How like in Iraq, yes, something like this, because without permission you cannot work.
Yes, it was like totally prohibited. And for example, my neighbor, she wasn't allowed to leave the parents' house until she was 20 years old. She was a student, but it wasn't allowed to live like outside the house. So it was like nearly like 40 years before, yes. And after the Franco, they received its own constitution. Also, like in 90s, they became a member of various international organizations, and this growth of the human rights protection started. Also, okay, I'm living in Barcelona, in Catalonia. Catalonia, it's a world center of defending of female rights, like women rights. We have the strongest laws which protect women, which protect LGBTQ as well. So here people, they feel protected by the law and by different various politics of the state and local government.
Can you describe a little bit this mechanism? How the rights of women and LGBT are protected?
Okay, for example, in Ukraine, you have this definition, domestic violence, yes? And it includes violence from the husband to wife, from, I don't know, parents to kids. Everything is in the same space, yes? In Spain, we have two definitions. One definition is domestic violence. When we have violence between people who live together like a family, and we have gender violence. When the partner...
Muslim countries, yes? How like in Iraq, yes? Something like this, because without permission you cannot work.
Yes, it was like totally prohibited. And for example, my neighbor, she wasn't allowed to leave the parents' house until she was 20 years old. She was a student, but it wasn't allowed to live like outside the house. So it was like nearly like 40 years before, yes? And after the Franco, they received its own constitution. Also, like in 90s, they became a member of various international organizations. And this growth of the human rights protection started. Also, okay, I'm living in Barcelona, in Catalonia. Catalonia, it's a world center of defending of female rights, like women rights. We have the strongest laws which protect women, which protect LGBTQ as well. So here people, they feel protected by the law and by different various politics of the state and local government.
Can you describe a little bit this mechanism? How the rights of women and LGBT are protected?
Okay, for example, in Ukraine, you have this definition, domestic violence, yes? And it includes violence from the husband to wife, from, I don't know, parents to kids. Everything is in the same space. Yes. In Spain, we have two definitions. One definition is domestic violence. When we have violence between people who live together like a family, and we have gender violence. When the partner, like a man, he violates another partner, women, yes? And for example, when we have this situation of the gender violence, it's not only something physical, it's also psychological violence, like some domestic violence, economical violence. He even can't look on your phone or what do you have in your bag. It's also violence, yes? He can say like, I don't like your friends, don't speak with them, yes? It's also violence. Or I don't like your mom, I don't want to see her in our house. It's also violence. And I'm thinking that, okay, in general, I should describe you one thing. Maybe it will be more, what is health in Ukraine? Can you define somehow the definition of what is health? What is to be healthy?
Let me try. It's ability to live without somebody's help, for example. Or, it's ability, physical ability. No?
Physical ability. Okay.
Yeah. Or mental ability as well.
In Spain, healthy person, it includes physical things, psychological things, moral things, social, and spiritual. The doctor can say that to be more healthy, he can recommend you socialization, to find friends, for example, you know? So when in Spain, people writing laws, they thinking about, first of all, about definition. What is health? It's not something only physical, yes? They thinking also about your spiritual needs, okay, religious needs, or maybe you believe in some, okay, in space, yes? Or they thinking also about your social life. Do you have friends? How you feel at your work? Do you have bullying or not? Because it's also influence on our health. You know this definition, psychosomatic, yes?
Yeah. Popular.
We can use it also here. So when Spanish people, they write in different laws, they thinking about everything from very wide perspective.
So from the base.
To be rich, not only to have like money, yes, or not only to have a house or car. It's something more complex. And when, for example, in gender violence, the partner hurts women, he can hurt her not only physically by making some damage on her body, yes, or only raping. It's very complex. He can, like, for example, I mentioned before, I don't like your mother. It's a damage for your mental health. Or don't speak with your some girlfriend. I don't like her. It's also damage. Or you shouldn't work. I have enough. I have a very high salary. My woman shouldn't work. It's also damage because he making her more like she won't be independent. She won't be feel strong to say what she wants. Yes, and how it's protected here. For example, if we have some case of gender violence and women calling to police, it became like a priority call. So policemen, firstly, they go in to this space, this place where we have gender violence. Next thing, if women, she going to police and write in this paper that I have gender violence from my partner, it's directly going to the special court, like not in general court, existing like a special justice only for gender violence, and a specialized court. And in 3 days, this court should say like, okay, we have this gender violence here, and we need to protect these women. And we have this in 3 days, in 72 hours, decision of the court. Yes, and in Ukraine, as well as I know from the what girls telling me, you can go to the police, and police will say, "Oh, it's your family things. Speak with your family." Yes.
Actually, it was like this, but there were a little bit, a lot of changes of this law about domestic violence, and now the situation is better. They create like a special police department. Situation is bad, but because of another thing. It's because of not so many shelter for women, for victims of domestic violence. For example, in Kiev, only one center in Kiev. So can you imagine how bad situation in the region, in the small cities or small villages? So not because of the law, because of the economy part of this. How about Barcelona, by the way? Are there a lot of...
About Barcelona, okay. I should tell you that here, government, they thinking not about how to create shelters. No, only about how to work when we already have this crime. But they thinking more about the prevention. And budget of prevention, it's more bigger than budget what we will be doing with these victims. What is prevention? It's they call it here gender perspective. They doing different sociological studies, different scientific studies. Why we have this gender violence? Why we have this inequality? And they working to empower women. What does it mean? Why we have normally violence? Because one person thinking that they have more power than another person. For example, men thinking I should have more power than women because I'm more stronger and she is more weaker. Or for example, we can speak not only about men and women. Some governmental servant, they can think, I have a power, and this citizen doesn't have this power. Yes, so I can do with my power whatever I want. Yes, and it's like instrument to show this power. It was speaking about Ukraine, and in Spain, they thinking about a power like a possibility to help someone who doesn't have this power or need help. You know, it's everything in brain of people who write in this law, who working with the law. So if you have the power, you have the responsibility to use this power for good, you know, not to manage with this power to show how powerful you are, and someone is more weak. But how you can help this person? For example, we have here people who works in the border. Yes, I think the metro works in the border.
It's
Yes.
look like this, yes.
Look, example from your life. You are a governmental servant, and you have a power which is given you by the law. Yes, you can help a person to cross the border or stop them from crossing this border. Yes, because you have the law. Why? What you do in different like situations? Yes, if it's legally, you allowing to cross the border. If it's not legal, you stopping this person. Yes, and here is when you have this power. But how can you use this power? From which perspective? Okay, you have, for example, this person who want to cross the border illegally. She or he doesn't have this right to cross the border. Yes, and we can use this from different perspective. You can say, okay, you doesn't have this right. You shouldn't cross this border. I'm not allowing you. Or to act in another way. For example, like, hello, according to our law, you can't do it. And you have these rights. Maybe you need some help. Yes, because when we have this responsibility, we need to understand why the person acting in this way, why she or he want to break this law, why are they breaking this law. Maybe they have some problems, maybe they're afraid of something, maybe there is some danger from which they escaping. When we speak in, for example, Spain, yes, what is the Spain? Like a territory. It's surrounded by the sea, by ocean, and only from the north it's connected with continent. Yes, and in the south, Spain has Africa, poor region with a lot of struggles, problems with security, with water, no food. People from Africa, they looking for better life. Yes, and they trying by risking their life to cross this water line and to enter to the European Union, because they trying to save their life. Yes, and what doing governmental servants who working in this water border? They not only looking someone crossing this border or not, but they also saving lives of people who are in the danger, who can like die during they crossing this water line. So when we're speaking about using our power, we need to think how we use this. Yes, Maria, maybe you have another question.
Actually, I know that the same situation in Italy, that a lot of immigrants from Africa through by swimming across come to Italy, and they have a lot of problem with these immigrants because a lot of people die on the sea. Because some people work in Africa as a prostitutes to pay for a ticket to the boat, and this boat not come to Italy. They just leave them in the sea. It's like you should swim about 3 kilometers to Italy. So imagine the situation. They work at least 1 year to as a prostitute to buy the ticket to this boat, and then you should swim to Italy, and nobody guarantee you that you will come to Italy. And then a lot of organizations try to work with these immigrants, but it's not so easy because they don't have an education. They could not speak Italian or English or some another language. So socialization of them is really, really hard. So I believe the situation in Spain is the same with Italy in this
Yes, sure.
case.
We have a lot of people who are trying to look for better life, where they have elementary things. They have clean water, they have food, they don't afraid to be killed. So these people, a lot of migrants, they just saving their lives.
So it's the base right to life, right to live, you know. So
yes, there we have another thing. According to Constitution, Spain has this in Constitution. Ukraine has this in its Constitution, that we helping these migrants, and for us, everyone they in the same level, no matter their religion, color of their skin, or ethnicity. Everyone should be in the same level when we're working with them, because they are human. And no matter they are gypsies, they have black skin or white skin or yellow, whatever, everyone, they are humans. And what is matter for us, in which situation they now, or they came in good health, good mental health, and or maybe they afraid of something, maybe they escaping because someone want to kill them, or they escaping from some danger. And when we interacting with these people, we should understand that we have this responsibility to assist person, to help them to feel better, not more worse. They shouldn't afraid of us. Oh, look, I have a gun, and I'm protecting here the border, and this person, they already in the stress. Yes, they already have maybe this depression. They shouldn't be afraid of us, because we are representative of the constitutional rights of human rights, people who helping other people. Yes.
By the way, on another hand, when I visited Barcelona, I feel unsafe because of immigrants. You know what I mean. A lot of immigrants try to sell you something. A lot of immigrants can steal something from your hands. And I believe me, I try to protect human rights every single day. But in Spain, I feel unsafe because of number of immigrants.
Maria,
maybe it was only my feeling. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe it's I just, you know, you go to the beach. A lot of immigrants don't let you to just enjoy the beach and sun and sea. Everybody propose you something. You cannot even for 1 minute stay alone on this beach, or even for 30 seconds. But maybe it was my impression. Maybe it was wrong, but I felt unsafe. How about you? Do you have another impression in Barcelona?
Let's start to speak about this from this perspective. Where do you live? In which surrounding? How many people they have in your surrounding white skin, for example? And how many people in your surrounding they have black skin, or they Muslims. You live in a specific space where you have like a homogeneous situation, yes? More people, they are white. And the situation, the place where you live in, it's something normal for you, yes? Normal to be surrounded by white people, yes? But here, for example, in Spain, in Barcelona, we have more than almost 40% of inhabitants, they are not local. They doesn't have only white skin, but it doesn't mean that something wrong with them. They just
Actually, do you know
another
why I
color
ask
of
you?
skin.
Do
Yes.
you know why
And
I ask
if
you
you
that?
will be living in this surrounding more time, like, okay, I'm living here 3 years, and for me to see Chinese people, people from Africa, people like Muslim people, it's new normality. And for me, it's like, okay, another person from the street. I don't see now the color of the skin, or I'm not thinking now about the religion. I see only the person in the street. When you live with these people, you start to understand them. And okay, look, when we live in some homogeneous space, like people with the same color of skin, people with the same religion, people from the same culture, you're behaving in the same way. When you live in the some city, some space with people from another cultures, from another religions, you start to understand that you are different, he is different, she is different, and we react on different things differently. But it doesn't mean that another reaction that this person is bad person, or this person will do damage for you, that you are not secure.
Do you know
We
why I ask you this? Because I know you. Let me say, I know you a little bit, and I know how you would react if I tell you something like this. Because 1 week ago we discussed stereotypes. Because you know that a lot of stereotypes exist. That if the person Muslim, for example, he should be terrorist or something like this. I told you this about Barcelona because I know that your reaction
in
would be like
Barcelona,
this.
there is certain places where is the more higher risk to be robbed.
Mhm.
But the same situation we have in Paris, in Rome, in another big touristic city. And if you don't want to be robbed, you act in a certain way. You won't be leaving your bag in some table in the street. If you know where you are, you ask in Google how to act, or ChatGPT, or your friend who lives there. Which bag? How to use my bag? Should I use my bag like this, or should I use my bag like this? Yes.
But should
It's
it be
just
like this
how you
that you should?
interact in this space.
But should it be like this that you should think how to care your back? All of us want to live in environment, safe environment. For example, you can leave a phone on the table and nobody will steal it. So this is perfect words, and I
It's a
believe in
utopia.
Poland. Yeah, but in Poland situation is better. I not worry about my stuff at all. I know that somebody can steal, but it's not so often happened, for example, in Lublin. So I feel safe here. But okay, let's change the subject. Тетяна, можеш показати, будь ласка, картинки? I spill my coffee. I should turn off a camera for a minute.
Okay, I will drink my water. Okay. This is my photo. I did it 1 week ago. Can you make it bigger so our participants can see it?
Тетяна, зроби, будь ласка, на весь екран.
As you probably already understand, this is a photo from the public toilet. What do we see in this photo? We see a man and a baby. Can you show another photo, Tanya? I will show you now a photo from the female toilet. We will see later another photo from the street of Barcelona, like very typical photo. Here, people working for like decades about gender equality. Yes, that and men and women, they have the same rights. The same right, not only like to have the same salary. Yes. Okay. Here, what we have this female toilet, and we doesn't have this baby near. Yes. But we have this round sticker with that this space is friendly for women with menstruation. After 3 years, what I see after 3 years of living in Spain, that in Ukraine, we're living in a very conservative environment, yes, and we have a lot of patriarchal thoughts how it should be. The man should be strong, yes. The man should have enough of money to buy a car, to buy a house, and a girl should give a birth to child, should take care about kids, should be beautiful, should wear these high heels, yes, and other stupid things. And here, people thinking about that not only the woman but men, they can want a child, they can take care about child, and it's okay, it's normal, yes. When a man can you show this previous also? When the man take care about his baby, when man can go to the school or kindergarten with its baby, and when the man can ask of his boss, "Hey boss, I have today meeting of my baby at the school, or some party in the kindergarten, and I want to go to this kindergarten and to look how my baby will be reading some or singing or dancing, and it's okay." But what I heard from the Ukrainian men, that they doesn't feel like comfortable to ask the permission. It's especially in the security, military service. They not feel comfortable to speak about these things, which like normally are feminine, yes. That, oh, what they will think about me if I will ask them to go to the kindergarten and to look how my daughter or son they dancing, yes. But here we see the man, like in the morning there is plenty of these examples. which going with his kids to the school, to the kindergarten, and it's normal. Not only girls, they can taking care about kids, but also men, because the man also has kids, has emotions. They love the kids. They want take care about them, or they want to help their partner to take care about kids, to take care about I don't know, house, to clean this house, to throw the garbage. It doesn't exist such thing as a women responsibility and men responsibility. Maybe this woman, they are so talented that she can find this money, or the man is such caring person that he is better like with kids, or he cooks better, and it's normal. No one will be laughing on such men or saying something about women.
Thank you that you show this from men's perspective, because you know that women believe that it's, at least whom I know, that it's unfair that taking care about the child or children, it's like a women responsibility, and men only help women with the children.
I'm sorry,
it's
it's
like
a
this.
bullshit.
So it's bullshit, but a lot in Ukrainian perspective, it still exists. You know that it still exists like this. But you show the men's perspective, that they are shy to tell that I want to go to the children garden and visit some children party. So you show from another perspective that it's not only about women rights; it's about men rights as a parents. And you know the situation in the Ukrainian court, that almost all decision that court give a child to mother, and at minority that court decide to give a child to father.
Yes,
and
because existing these beliefs that woman taking care about child better than men, but
Yeah.
no, existing such kind parents, fathers, then that they can take care about their kids better than mother. And we should start in the society speak about these things, that and men and women, they can be good parents if they
Mariana,
want. And yes, and another thing, these reproductive rights. What I see in Spain, and what is not existing in such scale in Ukraine. Here, people thinking about creating family after 30 years old, after 35 years old, and it's okay when you have like 40 and something years old and small baby. Yes, they were surprised when they see women or men of 40 years old and kids, they are students. For them, it's something like first you need to study, then you need to discover yourself, the world, find a good job, and only about after this, if you want, if you have this feeling that you want to have this, you can create a family.
And nobody blame you if you don't want.
Give a birth to a child. It's not an obligation of society, but in Ukraine existing this obligation that you need to create as soon as possible the family. You should give a birth to a child and to have a lot of kids. You know, here it doesn't exist. If you don't want to have a family, if you don't want to have kids, it's okay. It's up to you. If you want to create family, it's also your choice. But here people, they are more responsible for themselves, for their future kids. They thinking about what they will be have in their brains, in their material world, in the spiritual sense, and what they can give to this child. In Ukraine, what I see, mothers usually they asking when you will create the family, when you will give us with father whatever grandkids. Yes, we have this pressure from society.
Since
On our,
18, Mariana, since 18 you have this
reproductive
pressure.
rights.
Sorry that I interrupted you. I told that since 18 you already should meet somebody. If you don't meet somebody, you're already lonely and unhappy person. And if you give a birth after 25 years, you're already old mother. You know, старородящая. I don't know how to translate it into English. Старородящая since 25. So, and this big pressure. I agree with you for sure. But Mariana, can you tell us? I know that a lot of protests in Barcelona against tourists. How about immigrants? They have the same opinion that too much immigrants in Barcelona or not, or they are tolerate immigrants in Barcelona.
Look, we should look on this how to answer from very wide perspective. In Spain, they have a lot of old people. Old people, they not working as much as young people, and they not producing this healthy for all the country. Yes, so they looking on migrants as a new workforce, as people who can who are young, who can work, who can produce some new goods for society. Maybe before it was existing, but now they less and less discriminate migrants. They looking on them more as an possibility for country, for existence of a country.
Have you ever seen the picture which show what can happen if immigrants will go home? So
No.
they show the hospital and so many doctors disappeared because all of them are immigrants. And it shows that immigrants is not only bad thing. They pay taxes, they work, they can be doctors, lawyers, and so on and so on.
Sure.
Okay, Mariana,
yes,
can I ask you?
The better surgeons in the hospitals, they are from Latin America. They are migrants. Yes.
I want to ask you, if I can, ask you your personal experience. Have you ever forced with discrimination in Barcelona, in Spain?
Yes.
As a Ukrainian.
This Saturday.
This Saturday? Not
yes.
far away.
I've been walking with my friend by the street. She is also Ukrainian. And one guy, I'm not sure from where he is, because he has appearance like from the Middle East. He was yelling on us like «Я русский, а вы приехали только что, уезжайте, Украина, фашисты», и these terrible things. And it exists, but not so many. But it was like horrible thing.
But in this example, he is not Spanish. He is immigrant as well. If he speaks
he
on
also,
Russian.
He is immigrant. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Last question from me. What inspired you to work with the women rights on this field? What inspired you?
What inspired me? I'm sure if we will have this, if men and women, they will have the same rights, our society will be more kind, there will be more love in our society, we will be more rich, more healthy, because when we live in not our life, we should live, we can't grow, we can't be happy. If we are not happy, we can't create, okay, for example, we can't cook with love. The food won't be delicious. We won't be able to create a good love for everyone, you know. We can't create beautiful cities. Only when we will be in the same level, the society will be better, more happier. We will have more life and love.
Okay.
Let's say like
So,
this.
thank you for your answer. Mariana, here in our group, a lot of workers from bodyguard and from local government. What do you think? Are they play some role in protection of human rights?
Sure, definitely. Definitely. What I told before, you should think, you work for government. Government gives you a power. And think about how you will be using this power as an instrument to show this power, or as a possibility to help people. Because in Ukraine we have these words "закон як дишло", знаєте? And як повернеш, так і вийшло. And we can use the law for good things and for bad things. Always we need to think how we can use this law to help people, you know. Because another thing also, to whom we are helping, to people or to institution. If we help into institution, where this institution existing among people, you know. So always it's better to choose to help people with this power which you have in your hands, you know, to that they feel secure with you, that they trust you, that they can receive some information from you. Maybe you can save someone's life. Maybe you can help another person to feel better, to have new life, you know. So think from this perspective, how you using your power for good or for bad.
Thank you. Thank you, Mariana. Maybe I will propose our participant to ask you something. Maybe.
Yes, sure.
Marina, Yulia, Dmitro, do you have some question? I ask you because some of our participants are shy to speak in English. That is why. Marina is professional in English, so she can ask you for sure something.
Okay, let's go.
I'm sorry. It was very interesting, everything, because I had a little distraction and a few things I don't hear. I'm sorry. We had today, I write it on the chat, let's say drill inspection. You know what? I asked for a chat GPT what is особистий огляд in English, because I don't know.
Okay,
it.
yeah, I understand.
So it said drill inspection. You must have it. So, but about the violence and that I heard in the beginning. So this weekends we had bad things that in Chernivtsi one boy beat his girlfriend to death. Yes, it wasn't in everything, and he thought that she was drunk and she fell. So but we for this violence he killed. Yes, he did a murder, girlfriend, and in Ukraine it will be not a murder. It's like тілесні ушкодження, що призвели до смерті. Yes, it's just 8 years for him to be in the prison. 8 years, and in these 8 years it would be a judgment for I think he could say it's not these 8 years or 4 years just in the CISO, and it's now he's 18 and in 25 he can be free. Yes, and maybe a judge wouldn't take him to prison. But for this violence in Spain, what is how much he can stay in the prison if it would be in Spain? I'm interested.
Okay,
because I
I
think
will
for
go to
domestic violence in Ukraine are very low and very small let's see, decisions. Yes, they are not such as how he made it.
Okay, recently, like in March, there was a round table. It was organized by Ukraine, but also people from diaspora was able to join it. And we have been speaking about these things, and I described about Spain. For example, look, if it will be a важкі тілесні in Spain, he will pay from 6 to 12 months of his salary if it was something light. Or he could go to the jail from 2 to 5 years. But if she is alive, you know, if it will be just he broke the hand, yes, but if some guy, some macho, how they call here, will kill the woman, first of all the country will be speaking about this. This case will be in the news like for 1 week or 2 weeks. All the news, all the channels in the media will be speaking about this case because they looking on the femicide. It's called femicide when the guy killing his woman. There will be protests in the streets. Women will be protesting. Everyone will be going to this court to be present in these prosecutions, and he will receive the top because in Spain it's like обтяжуючи when the partner killing his partner. Yes.
I was surprised, Marina,
He will
about the
receive
story.
the top.
Mariana, can you imagine that it happened a few days ago, and this lady was dying in hospital for 3 days. So 3 days she was dying, and the damages was so hard that all her parts of her body was destroyed completely. So he beat her a lot, but in comments, in social media, on Facebook, Instagram, and so on, a lot of people, even women, write something like this, that it's her fault, why she dating with a 18 years old guy. Somebody compares this story with a Sultanate story. You know Sultanate, yes, in Kazakhstan. Do you know this story? Okay, but some of them reduce this and say that it's not the same because Sultanate was married with a guy and this is a young guy, and so it's her fault. You should not dating with a young guy. So it's victim blaming. One and another is misogyny, if you know what I mean. So when women blame women.
Yes. Look, what I mentioned before, in Ukraine, government are more concentrated to create law, yes, and to work with consequences. And you are in the very first stages to work on it, because in Spain the law is more complicated and more strong. And what do the Spanish government and what doesn't do Ukrainian? This part worked only by NGOs. In Spain, they working more about the gender perspective, гендерна перспектива. What does it mean? They looking why this situation existing in society. Why he did what he did. What was the cause? For example, they interviewing the victims. They interviewing these murders, these guys who beaten, and they want to try to understand why this situation existed. And from these answers, from this sociology, from these scientific studies, sociological studies, they creating politics. For example, I don't know why they had this situation. Maybe because she tried to how to say, відстояти свою позицію. Maybe she tried to support her family, to support her right to work, to support her right. I don't want babies now, maybe later, or maybe not with you, or I don't love you, or I don't want to have sex with you in this way how you want, you know? It could be a lot of things. And our society should work with our government, our NGOs, our city councils. We should work with society that woman has rights to want what she wants. And the guy, he doesn't have rights to tell the woman what she doesn't want, you know? We need to speak out loud that we have these rights and it's okay, for example, to say no to your partner if you don't want to have a sex with him, or when he wants, or in a manner he wants, or if you want to work, you can work, yes? No matter how rich he is. Or if you want to divorce, you can divorce. And he doesn't have right to do something to you. Or if you want to have such friends or to speak with your family, it's your right. And he doesn't have the right. Look what you have in your bag, or what you have in your messages. Maybe you're chatting with some other guy. So women should be more, how to say, like впевнені in their rights, in their feelings.
Should be sure in their rights.
Yes, more stronger. And men, it's funny things. Look, in Spain, what I see from the men's side, they are more gentle, more kind. The voices of men's, they are more soft. In Ukraine, it was created the myth that guy, if he is a real guy, yes, real man, he should have this low voice, yes, he should be like tough, or he should can drink alcohol, or he should be able to buy a car or build a house. Yes, here people thinking more about if the woman will feel safe with her partner, if the woman will feel loved by her man, if the woman will feel beautiful with her man. Yes, because a lot of there is a kind of violence when the guy saying, you are not a beautiful. Here creating these complexes, I'm not beautiful because my partner saying me that I'm not beautiful, but you are. It's problem with him. Another thing, we have this violence not only from the side of guys to women, but we also have violence from women to men. For example, you are the man, you are the father of family. It's your obligation to find a money for your kids, what they will be eating. I'm sorry. You also have head and hands, and you can work and find the money. Yes. Or you should buy a car, or you should buy apartment or a house for your family. I'm sorry. Why? Only me? You also have like education, possibilities to work. We should rethink this установки, what we're thinking about our genders. There is no female or male roles. Okay, there is some physical things when women can create a baby, yes? Or we need a man to create this baby. But other things, we can be also strong women. Men can also be great fathers for babies, or great cookers. Yes, I'm sorry, can cook very good. Yes, and women also can generate money or buy a house. So we need to speak in our society about these things of equality. When we will be speaking, when we will be practicing, we can have less gender violence in our society.
Let's ask Dmitro. Let's ask our gentlemen here. Dmitro, are you with us? Or Taras, I don't know. I want to ask, is it bad for them that these stereotypes still exist in Ukraine, that men should buy a house, men should build career?
Yes, yes.
Taras, can you answer? Let's ask them. I don't know. Taras, are you with us? No, you see. Dmitro, are you with us?
As far as I remember, in Ukraine, there was some health studies that men has more these heart disease problems than women. Our men, they living in more stressful situations than women. They are not allowed to complain about difficulties of life. They are not allowed to cry, for example. What doing women when they are in stress? Okay, we're crying and it's more like we feel better after that.
You have right to cry, yes, and
yes.
Share your emotions with your
yes, but men in our country, they're not allowed to share emotions, to say, okay, it's difficult for me, I'm in stress and something.
Mariana, nobody judge you if you're not good in career. Nobody judge you. It's normal for women not be good in career, but for men, not. So you're talking about the pressure exists from to women and to men as well. So we are equal in this pressure.
When we working, when we supporting female rights, we should support also rights of men, you know? They
We were
also
talking
need
about that
support.
nobody support men's rights. Everybody support women rights. Nobody support and protect white men's
In
rights.
generally, we need to be more kind, you know? Okay, maybe if someone has this question or not, because I need to run.
Okay, so let me say thank you to you that you joined us. It was really a pleasure to speak with you. And you know so many things about Barcelona and about human rights that I'm proud to know you, Mariana. I wish you a good day and thank you a lot that you
Thank you so
share
much,
with us
Maria,
this
to you
information.
and to all the participants. I hope you will help this country to be more kind, to create more love, to support these human rights, because you have on your hands the possibility make this world better, this country, your services, to really serve people, because you are governmental servants, people who serve people, you know, people. Thank you
It's
so much.
good to end
everyone.
our dialogue on this. People, we are people after all. Yes, we are humans after all, human beings. So thank you, Mariana. You're free to go. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye.
Bye.
Stay safe.
Тетяна, я би хотіла тебе попросити включити відео. І пропоную так, що ми зараз подивимося відео, потім перерва, і потім ми продовжимо наш урок. Добре?
Перерву ми сьогодні оголошуємо на 15 хвилин, так?
Давай на 20 хвилин. Monday is hard day, Тетяна. Monday is hard day. They need a
Гаразд.
coffee, I believe.
Гаразд.
Okay, let's get started by talking about ethics in general. What is ethics? If you're like most people, you don't really spend much time thinking about the philosophy of it. But once in a while, it's a critical exercise that you need to go through in order to clarify your values and principles, especially with regard to the workplace. So, ethics are the basic moral ground rules by which we live our lives. Ethics is about right and wrong behavior, with the preference to choose right over wrong. So, here's a good question. Where did you get your ethics? Was it nature, nurture, or both? I mean, we all have ethics. You can't be devoid of it. We all have a conscience and self-awareness that helps us know right from wrong. Do you consider yourself to be ethical? How do you know? Is ethics situational or absolute? These are all very important questions that you need to sit down once in a while and contemplate. Now let's move on to business ethics. What is that? And how is it any different from plain, ordinary ethics? Well, business ethics refers to the standards and practices in the workplace setting. Business ethics includes societal standards of right and wrong, business ethical standards and circumstances, and finally, legal standards. Wow, it sounds a lot more complicated than just thinking about your personal moral code. Here is the warning. Business ethics is often more rigid than in personal areas. You may be flirtatious in your personal life, but at work, it will be harassment. At work, you can't decide which rules are worthy of following. You can show up late for personal appointments, but not for work. You can't just borrow things from others. At work, any borrowing without permission is considered stealing. And, of course, you can't just say whatever you feel like saying in the workplace. You need to understand that ethics in the workplace is not subjective, but is clearly defined by your employer. So now, let's talk about what your ethical expectations are at work. In the workplace, you are expected to play by the rules, abide by the law, be knowledgeable of right and wrong, give your best effort for the company, work cooperatively and honestly with customers and coworkers, to look out for the company's interests and not your own, and to show respect for people and property. This is what an ethical person does. And this is exactly what your employer expects from you. Although at times it may be difficult, it is expected that these things are done automatically, without prodding or training. For most of us, changing from thinking about ethics as it applies to our personal life to our professional life requires a change in perspective. Think of this as your professional perspective on the topic of ethics. You are a professional, regardless of what your job is. You are expected at all times to behave in the professional manner. As such, you need to consider your professional perspectives. That is, you are fair and unbiased. You show respect in your words and your actions at all times. A professional listens to others and gets the facts straight. A professional does not go it alone, but seeks assistance. It is important that if you have ethical questions or concerns, you feel comfortable going to someone else and asking for help. And finally, you maintain your professionalism no matter what happens. Understanding your ethical expectations and then seeing how your professional perspective helps you meet them is the starting point for ethical success at work.
Ваш підліток постійно
Що, дякую, Тетяна. Відпускаємо всіх на перерву. Have a good break, guys, and see you soon.
Так, зустрічаємося о 11:35. До зустрічі.
Тетяна, ти мене чуєш?
Так, так.
Зараз ще Оля приєднається і пропоную почати з відео. Я тобі зараз напишу. Оля, nice to see you.
Yeah, hi guys. Nice to see you all.
I hope we finally will finish this subject, with this topic, with the ethics, because the presentation we prepared even 1 week ago and we still did not finish it. So Ola will help us today with this topic and with the grammar a little bit. Today we will discuss in the grammar part difference between could and can, and I believe that we will finish this ethical part. So, Ola, we will start with a video about ethics, if you don't mind.
Let's go with the fun part, of course.
Okay, so fun part for you.
Apologize that we're not able to continue with this meeting. I had the presentation on the agenda. Unfortunately, I haven't received it yet from Veronica. So what we're going to do is we're going to just postpone until I receive the email, hopefully within the next couple hours. And then Veronica, you're trying to share your screen? Yeah, I'd like to share my screen because I'd like to show you something. If it has something to do with the presentation, just go ahead and email it to me and we can discuss it. Well, that's why I would like to share my screen. Well, you want a deadline for this presentation. And so do you have different questions? So what I was going to share my screen and show is that I sent that email 2 days ago and you opened it and you read it because I have the red receipt. No, that's highly inaccurate and extremely inappropriate actually on this meeting with other people, and it's recorded, and you're basically telling me that I received this email and ignored it. No, you were just, team, I'd like to apologize.
Next video.
Yep. Yeah, Tanya, go ahead with the next one if you can.
One moment.
Таня, у тебе там виходить друге запустити? Ага, супер.
A few years ago, you founded a company that manufactures meatless burgers. Your product is now sold in stores worldwide, but you've recently received awful news. 3 unrelated people in one city died after eating your burgers. The police concluded that a criminal targeted your brand, injecting poison into your product in at least 2 grocery stores. The culprit used an ultrafine instrument that left no trace on the packaging, making it impossible to determine which products were compromised. Your burgers were immediately removed from the 2 stores where the victims bought them. The deaths are headline news. The killer is still at large, and sales have plummeted. You must quickly develop a strategy to deal with the crisis. Your team comes up with 3 options. 1, do nothing. 2, pull the products from grocery stores citywide and destroy them. Or 3, pull and destroy the product worldwide. Which do you choose? Your company lawyer explains that a recall is not required by law because the criminal is fully responsible. She recommends the first option, doing nothing, because recalling the product could look like an admission of fault. But is that the most ethical strategy? To gauge the ethicality of each choice, you could perform a stakeholder analysis. This would allow you to weigh the interests of some key stakeholders, investors, employees, and customers against one another. With the first option, your advisors project that the crisis will eventually blow over. Sales will then improve, but probably stay below prior levels because of damage to the brand. As a result, you'll have to lay off some employees, and investors will suffer minor losses. But more customers could die if the killer poisoned packages elsewhere. The second option is expensive in the short term and will require greater employee layoffs and additional financial loss to investors. But this option is safer for customers in the city and could create enough trust that sales will eventually rebound. The third option is the most expensive in the short term and will require significant employee layoffs and investor losses. Though you have no evidence that these crimes are an international threat, this option provides the greatest customer protection. Given the conflict between the interests of your customers versus those of your investors and employees, which strategy is the most ethical? To make this decision, you could consider these tests. First is the utilitarian test. Utilitarianism is a philosophy concerned with maximizing the greatest amount of good for the greatest number of people. What would be the impact of each option on these terms? Second is the family test. How would you feel explaining your decision to your family? Third is the newspaper test. How would you feel reading about it on the front page of the local newspaper? And finally, you could use the mentor test. If someone you admire were making this decision, what would they do? Johnson & Johnson's CEO, James Burke, faced a similar challenge in 1982 after a criminal added the poison cyanide to bottles of Tylenol in Chicago. 7 people died and sales dropped. Industry analysts said the company was done for. In response, Burke decided to pull Tylenol from all shelves worldwide, citing customer safety as the company's highest priority. Johnson & Johnson recalled and destroyed an estimated 32 million bottles of Tylenol, valued at $250 million in today's dollars. 1.5 million of the recalled bottles were tested, and 3 of them, all from the Chicago area, were found to contain cyanide. Burke's decision helped the company regain the trust of its customers, and product sales rebounded within a year. Prompted by the Tylenol murders, Johnson & Johnson became a leader in developing tamper-resistant packaging, and the government instituted stricter regulations. The killer, meanwhile, was never caught. Burke's decision prevented further deaths from the initial poisoning, but the federal government investigated hundreds of copycat tampering incidents involving other products in the following weeks. Could these have been prevented with a different response? Was Burke acting in the interest of the public or of his company? Was this good ethics or good marketing? As with all ethical dilemmas, this has no clear right or wrong answer. And for your meatless burger empire, the choice remains yours. Would you sacrifice one person to save 5? Unpack this famous ethical dilemma with our video on the trolley problem, or learn how the efforts of one scientist at the FDA prevented a national health crisis.
Okay, let's discuss.
Great videos. Yeah, let's discuss. I think we can start with the first one. Let the short one, and I'll just remind you the situation, right? So the manager was on the meeting with the employee, and she was referring to the presentation she has never received from the employee. But the employee decided to stood up and say that actually she sent the presentation and the manager has it. So what's your opinion? Just share, what do you think? Was this right action from the employee? Should she maybe, I don't know, pretend that the manager is not lying and she never sent the presentation to her? What would be your actions in this situation? What is right? What is wrong? And yeah, please just explain why you think so. Raise your hand if you want to share your opinions. Who wants to start? Volunteers?
You forgot that there are not volunteers here. You should ask somebody.
No, we have Dmitro.
Dmitro.
We have Dmitro. Yeah, go
Okay,
ahead.
I hadn't heard about all this case because I have some my duties here. But from this situation that I heard a little bit, I can guess just one thing, that in your work and at your service, you shouldn't trust to anyone, and the better way is recorded all complicated cases, notes to have proofs which could prove that you are guilty, because without any proofs, the administration and so on could give you easily make from you a guilty person. So the better way to have your proofs to keep a record of these controversial things.
Information. Okay, so based on your response, I guess that if you would be sitting at the meeting where your boss is saying that you didn't send the presentation, but you did, you would do the same thing. Kind of show the screenshot that, hello,
Yeah, screenshot and
okay,
so on.
I sent
where
you the
can-
presentation. Okay.
Yeah.
And
it's
you
the better
think
way.
it's ethical, and that's kind of an okay thing to do, right?
As for me, it's unethical thing to have these problems, but as we know, we have. If you live with wolves, you should bounce on wolves' language.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you for your answer, Dmitro. Much appreciated. Guys, anyone else want to share their opinion? Right or wrong, ethical, non-ethical, to say to your boss that they are lying? Okay, Maria, maybe just choose the name you like from the list.
I like Marina. Marina, I like you so much. Can you answer to the question?
I was late, so I didn't hear all
the
story.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll just tell you, because
I'm
this was a
sorry.
short video. So basically, it was a situation, the meeting where the boss is sitting and the employee is sitting, and two more people attending the meeting. And the boss is saying that I would show you the presentation, but this employee didn't send it to me. And the employee is saying, kind of, she wants to share the screen, proving that she sent the presentation. So basically, out of loud, she is accusing both of lying to everyone. You understand? So she could just keep kind of her mouth shut and say no words about this, but she decided to protect herself and saying, actually, you got the presentation, you know, like a stop lying. So that was the situation we're discussing. Is it right? Is it wrong? You know, like what is ethical? Because ethical and right can be different things as well, right? Sometimes ethical doesn't mean right. So yeah,
Okay,
maybe you can refer to this one. And yeah, and if you saw the second video, you can also give your opinion about the second video, you know, or what you would choose for the content.
About this, I would tell that we had meetings in the big meetings with the huge bosses here, and we can't told him that he is saying not true. I think, and it can be right, I think, because you always, the commander is always right, and he can do mistakes, can't. So but when he can scream at you.
Okay.
But after, if he knows that, here at the big boss, at the meeting, he can be very screaming and say, it's your fault, you didn't do this, you didn't say. But because after you came to here for one-on-one, and he said, if you tell him, no, I did it, I do it, and you saw it, and I show it for you, and he say, oh, okay, yes, I remember. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It
So
reminds me the rule that if your the first rule that your boss always right, and the
He's
second
always
rule,
right.
the second rule, if your boss does not right, you should look at the
And
first rule. It's like
if I told him in front of everybody, yes, in the bosses of other units, that it's not true, it would be much worse. He
Okay.
wouldn't listen to me. He
Yeah.
would tell that it would be much worse.
So publicly he can be rude, right? Then
Yes.
when you have more private meeting, he can be more honest and open about like the real.
Maybe he was forgetting or that so.
Yeah.
I wouldn't tell at the big meeting that it wasn't
He's
true.
lying, even he's lying. Okay, that's
I wouldn't tell.
this is challenging, I would say, working situation. But you see, maybe you should listen to Dmitro just to have a proof, just in case, like just no.
It's won't have.
Okay, no proofs. Okay.
Because he would tell, okay, you need. If you are that smart, I think you need a business trip for 1 month to the other unit. Or maybe, okay, you are too smart. I think you need to go and do some other stuff here.
Okay.
I say, okay, I'm sorry.
This is very challenging. I can feel your pain. This is like a problematic situation. Hard to be ethical and honest, when you have so much pressure on you. Okay. Anyone else want to share the opinion about the first situation?
Yulia, how about you? What do you think about
we
first
have
situation?
Sorry, we have a hand
Irina.
from Irina. Yeah, Irina, please go ahead.
Okay, guys. So we shouldn't tolerate such situation, I think, because if the person has the right to say lies, then we have the right to protect ourselves. And as for me, I won't tolerate such a situation. And maybe it will be the last day of on this work in my career. I won't tolerate such a behavior, and of course it is not ethical, and that's all.
Okay, very brave position, Irina.
Yeah. You know that the world is cruel, and I agree with Dmitro, as he said that you have to protect yourself and you have to have evidence of your work and that you send the presentation, the email, and so on. That you have to have documents, and then you can protect yourself in such a way. But if they humiliate you and offend you, you shouldn't tolerate this. You shouldn't do this. And, of course, it will be difficult, but you can behave yourself in 2 ways. You can wait a little bit and then change your job, and but maybe if it is very endurable, непереносимо, then you can leave this job, and of course you will find it. I think that you will find it your better job.
Okay. Do you have the similar problems like Marina shared that, for instance, your boss is always right? Do you have the same thing?
Sometimes I have. And but they those situations didn't offense me. I just listened to his opinion, and so I have some instruments which
Yeah,
I
you can say
use.
tools. Mhm, tools.
Yeah, tools which I can use to do my work, and to do it in my way, and so if it was so evident as it was during that meeting, I won't tolerate it. But some things I can tolerate, and I understand that at work you don't have friends, you just have acquaintances, and you have to. It's work. You can find friends and people who are close to you in other places, at home, for example, when you do your hobby, or but not at work.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there is no friendship at work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is also like a very actually important ethical question. Can you have a friends at work? But good. Thank you so much for sharing, Irina. I really like your arguments.
Actually, it's a good question to our participants. Is it possible to have a friends on your office, in your office? Because especially if you hold some high position. Marina, how about you? Do you have a friends in your office?
So my boss is talking on the phone now.
Sorry, that boss whom are
But my boss is a friend, so I think from in my opinion, we can have a friend on the work, and because I'm here on my work almost all of my life, and I started with some of my coworkers in the academy. Yes, we was in one group, and so yeah, I have friends in the work, and I want to speak or communicate with them after work, and I like it. We have much common, because it's I think that in a situation of military with civils we have least common things, so I have more friends in my work than from the others.
Mm-hmm. So you are very close with them, right? So it feels like family, I would say. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Because you spent plenty of time together, I believe. That you spent on your work more times at home. Yes.
Always. Yeah, it was from the, and we spend maybe with families, and weekends we can spend together, and after works and the works and the business trips where. Yes, I have a girl with me and my unit, so we are good friends. We can go to the concerts together and other things too, and we are good friends.
Okay, good. Thank you for sharing. And yeah, Dmitro, do you have friends at work? If you can answer now, I don't know. You moving somewhere.
Dmitro, do you hear us?
Yeah, your mic is muted, just in case.
Maybe Yulia, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Yulia, do you have friends in your office, at your work?
Yes, I have friends in my office. But frankly speaking, it's our good friends. We have a good relation, but I'm not sure that in such situation we are the best friend. Okay, but
like just more working pals, right? Like people who friends at work.
yes, we spend a lot of time together, sometimes more than our family members sometimes. But yes, we have good relation. It's a very good, nice persons. We have the similar interest, maybe try to spend our not work time together. But I think that you, when you ask about friend, when you are you have a high position or another, I think that it's sometimes it's difficult because sometimes sharing honest relations are in questions. I think you sometimes it's a situation when you believe that this person is your best friend, but sometimes there are some situations when such person can
make a friendship with you only for benefits, yes? Something like
yes. That's why I think that good relations is the best relations at work.
Sometimes happens that if you lose your position, this friend can disappear because no benefits
Yes.
after, yeah? After
Unfortunately, but such situation has place. Happens.
Thank you, Yulia. So maybe we should discuss second video, yes, Oля? Because it's dilemma.
I hope you still remember. It's also like a test of your memory, how good you are with remembering things. So the second one was about the big corporations and how they deal with a crisis situation, right? So we remember that the burgers were spoiled first, and then medicine was spoiled as well, and Johnson & Johnson, they were trying to find the best solution, how not to drop the sales. And it was like a few like scenarios how you can deal with the problems. So let's just whatever you remember, whatever was kind of I don't know, surprising for you, the way they choose to deal with the situation, you can just comment on this one. Like, was it an ethical solution? Was it marketing? I'm talking about the second video. Hope you still remember what we were watching just a few minutes ago. So who is ready to share? Just raise your hand and or just interrupt us and jump in. No problem with that. It's an open discussion. So we like people who are super active. Right, Maria? I actually like the story about the medicine. I was surprised that in the end Johnson & Johnson gained more sales after the decision was made to basically take out everything from like every shelf worldwide. I would say it's kind of, for me, it looked ethical the way I see the situation, but maybe someone disagree or agrees with me. I don't know.
Oля, one more time, you should pick the person. No
Maria,
volunteers.
I like actually how we share the responsibilities here. You are very good in kicking people.
So I'm bad policeman here.
Yes,
you're
you are
a good
bad
one. Okay.
Yeah, I'm an ethical one. Let's call me like that.
I will ask Irina to answer. What do you think about this second video? About this dilemma. Do you think that Johnson & Johnson's behave ethical after all?
I haven't seen it the full video.
You
And
lost it.
yeah, I lost it. And as I understood, they made some mistakes. Something.
I'll tell you briefly, Irina, so you can just reflect on my story. So let's just take the second part, because it was like two examples from businesses. But the second was that the killer, there was a killer who injected some bottles of the medicine in the drugstores, and then the company didn't know how you can distinguish the one that was injected. So they didn't know, and they could take a decision, do nothing, for instance, just ignore this, because this is not their problem, right? Like, it was a killer, like a crazy person who decided to kill people like this, just adding the cyanide to the bottles, like injecting them. But company decided in the end to extract all the all the bottles they had. Yeah, take them out, and it was kind of around $30 billion of the, of the revenue that they might get. So the decision was kind of not to sell them. And they, in a way, the statement was that the priority of the company is the safetyness of people. So they extract the goods from the shelves. Basically worldwide, not only in the Chicago area where it happened, but basically everywhere. And in the end, in 1 year, they gained more kind of purchases and sales they raised. So the question here, they could just deal with this differently. Some say that maybe that was a good marketing, they didn't care for people, they just wanted to boost the sales in the end, kind of selling this idea. Okay, so that was the situation there in the video.
So I think that we don't have to discuss it, because I think that they behave correctly. Okay. Because it was the danger to humans' life, and it was the matter of their reputation, of their honor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
honor. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Every company has to think about what is correct, what is right, and do everything that they have and that they can to protect their reputation.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I can't imagine the other situation. I can't imagine that they don't fix the situation and
do nothing, for instance. Right?
Yeah. And that's why we know such companies. Johnson & Johnson is a well-known company in pharmacy.
Yeah, big brand. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, brand, and they have the trust of their customers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they заслужили.
Earned.
They earned this reputation and trust, and they have to protect it and do all the best to be on the high level of their business. Yeah, I think that's correct and.
Excellent, ethical. Yeah, for you it looks like they did well, right? The job.
Yeah, of course.
Excellent.
It goes without saying. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good. Okay. Anyone else? Maybe someone disagrees. It would be also interesting to hear. Maybe you think it was more marketing. They could just blame police and saying, "Find the killer, guys." Why we should take our. Yeah.
Could you please refresh me a theme, because I couldn't hear because of my duties.
Okay, no problem. So yeah, I will know the story by the end of the day, I think. Yeah, we were discussing the business situation, Dmitro, where the killer injected the cyanide into the bottle of it was produced by Johnson & Johnson. And they kind of deal with the situation when they need to decide what to do, how to solve the issue, right? So they know there is one or more bottles that can be potentially dangerous, and some people were killed by this. So they made a kind of decision to extract all the bottles from the shelves, but they didn't know, like how much are infected or something like this. And they had like a few basically theories, ethical, what to do and what not to do. One of them, do nothing, another one just to, I don't know, say that the killer is, guilty, not them. But they decided to extract. Some people said it was just a marketing, but so we're discussing, was it ethical? Was it marketing? Did they, solve it correctly? Maybe they could do something better. In the end, they found just 3 infected bottles, but they put the safetyness of people as a higher priority. Yeah?
As for me, the most right way is destroy all the party because human lives matter the most. So you should do everything to protect life of people who want to buy your goods. So as for me, it's the best way. Even if this marketing is show the policy of a company, the best way is saving life of your clients.
Okay, amazing. It's actually good news. You see, we all would do the same thing. This is nice. I'm happy to hear. Like no one would just do nothing in this situation. Yeah, Maria, what do you think?
I try to be a bad policeman today. So yes, the reputation is matter, but after all, they can lost a lot of money, and a lot of workers can lose their job if. Okay, Johnson & Johnson is a big corporation, I know, but if the situation happens with a small company, in other hands. So.
Yeah.
Okay, but I propose to watch another video that you should not repeat the same story again and again.
Yeah.
And, okay,
so guys, be careful. Yeah, be careful. Watch it carefully, please. We will just discuss it straight after watching.
Тетяна, попрошу тебе відео включити.
Discussion of the work ethic brings up some very provocative questions. Do workplace ethics problems come from a lack of a work ethic? Where does your character fit into your work ethic? What is happening in our modern global work environment that conflicts with our traditional view of the work ethic? How can we instill a good work ethic in those entering the workforce or those already in it? Of course, everyone has something to say on the topic. Everyone has a story to tell. In discussing the work ethic, there are many issues in play, including cultural issues, generational issues, parenting, self-discipline, character, and many others. You need to understand that the work ethic, personal character, and ethical behavior at work are interconnected and are key factors in our professional ethical life. Why does the word morality leave most of us with an unsettled feeling? The fact is, whether we have high moral standards or not, most of us don't want to feel that someone else's morality is being pushed on us. It's simple human nature. We prefer to make our own moral decisions. But in reality, whether we know it or not, or like it or not, someone else's morality is constantly influencing our everyday decisions. In order to have any kind of meaningful dialogue on ethics, a discussion of morality must take place. One can argue that there is no such thing as ethics without morality. We need to be comfortable discussing morality in a variety of contexts and standing up for it when the time is right. Learning to make moral judgments is a significant step toward making compliance to rules an internal part of our character. The workplace is a unique setting to talk about moral decision-making because some areas of the workplace are highly regulated by rules, yet others are not. We need to think about how this practically works out and how to develop skills to address the wide variety of circumstances we face each day.
Okay. So here one of the questions, if the work ethics is based on the morality in general, and yeah, someone wants to reflect on that, and I think we're kind of smoothly going to the presentation where we will discuss more of that. But do you agree, guys? The morality standards are the basically the first layer of the future ethics. Yeah, Dmitro.
Yeah, I agree. Without moral standards, we have no future. As for me, one of the best story about this, I remember a few years ago, one guy random sent a picture on 4chan. He used to work in subway. When he stayed with his food, his dirty shoes in a salad leaf, and guys from 4chan using metadata discovered from which restaurant was made this photo, and he discovered who this guy, and become complained on the subway company about this accident, and they solved this problem. Show that even team offensive guys like 4chan users have their own moral standards, and especially in customer service, there are no possibility to behave in this way, and moral standards matter very much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, great story. Guys, anyone else want to reflect? Do you believe the ethics starts with the morality of the person itself?
Today we have a really philosophy lessons.
Again. Yeah, Marina, go ahead.
I think it's would be very good if it's would go from there. Yes, every person must have moral standards, but it's not always like this. You can be at work ethic with everyone. There is a lot of humans who don't have a moral.
Yeah. Okay.
Standards.
People without morality.
It's a lot of it's a lot of difficult. And what is moral for one person, it isn't always moral for other. Yeah, they think you can talk like this and you can do something. It's okay and it's normal. So
yeah. So you mean that the moral can be different from person to person? Yeah, but the work ethic is kind of the book of rules that everyone has to follow, right? And this is the thing. Even if you have no morality, it's your problem. You just follow the rules at work. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Make total sense. Good call. Okay. Anyone else? Moral versus work ethics. How much they connected, in your opinion? Irina, Yulia, maybe you have some thoughts.
Okay, I agree with the guys. I think that morality is the basis to work ethics, because I think that we are people, we are humans, and traditional values and virtues, чесноти, are not changeable, and they were in the past, and they are now, and they will be in the future. If lie is a bad thing, then it means that it is a bad thing, and it was a bad thing, and it will be a bad thing in the future. And if person have values moral values, then he or she will behave and treat people at work in this way, and they respect. He or she will respect and support and do right things. But and again, we don't have to discuss it, because it's a simple and understandable thing that for me.
Yeah, but you see, again, this is a interesting part. For you, it's kind of obvious, and as you say, and the way it should be, right? And at the same time, Marina refers that some people, they don't have morality, right? So for them, it would be something, what values we're talking about? Like, what do you mean, like not to lie? I'm lying all the time. For me, it's normal, right? So this is kind of interesting that, yeah, your moral basics can be vary from other people, right? And that's good that you bring these values to work. So for you, like even work ethics can look much simpler in a way, right? But for the, let's say, liar who was raised like this and just living the whole life lying to people, if you will ask this person, oh, can you be honest? For them, it can be a big problem, let's say. But okay, nevertheless, thank you for sharing your opinion. That was interesting and good to hear that you see, for you, it's kind of a very simple topic. That's actually good. That's nice. Just saying me a lot of your moral level. That's good. But let's go to the presentation that we prepared for you. And I think hopefully we will finish today, right, Maria? The ethics topics. Even I think it's so much more to discover, to be honest, as we started to speak out more and more. And also thank you guys for sharing your opinions. I think it's very important for you to speak out as well. So if you like us to have another meeting with ethics, I don't mind. I kind of started to like this topic. Okay, let's go to the next slide.
Let's start with the beginning. What is profession?
Yes. This is the thing, and I'll just tell you a few things about this. So basically, as we are talking about ethics at work, right, or professional ethics, let's just first just go through the boring stuff. What is a profession? So a profession is more than just a job. It's a vocation that requires specialized education, advanced training, and a strong sense of responsibility. And we also know, like by examples, right? Like you probably heard this phrase when people say, thanks God he is not a doctor, right? When we're talking about people who are not very honest, and then people just comparing, oh, thanks God he is not making the operation on the heart, right? Because we consider that some professions should be more reliable, like doctors or teachers, or let's say lawyers, because you believe in them. If they don't know their job, you kind of will have a lot of problems in your life, especially if we're talking about the health. So, but for some jobs, for instance, if you're just selling things in the supermarket, we're kind of thinking maybe it's not that important that the person is very well educated and has a high moral standards, right? Because the worst can happen, they will just send us the wrong cheese or whatsoever. So people in a profession are expected to meet specific standards, often set by professional organization or governing bodies. And you also know this. That's why we have the institutional things like universities, different programs or courses, post-graduation things, right? Where you can make sure that your knowledge are still valuable and still kind of active, right? Because you can also lose your professional if you not study all the time and not refreshing your knowledge. Unlike ordinary occupations, a profession involves expert knowledge and is usually regulated to ensure quality and ethics in practice. And according to the Roscoe Pound, a profession is defined as the group pursuing a learned art as a common calling in the spirit of public service. So this means professionals work not just for personal gain, but also to serve society with their skills and expertise. Yeah. Do you agree with these statements and this let's say, definition of the profession looks kind of right for you guys? You can just raise the fingers, thumbs up. Good, thank you. So you agree. Okay,
So
so
let me continue.
yeah.
So, guys, you were right that professional ethics, it's rules and standards. It's like a guide. It's like instruction how you should behave in your office and during your job. So it's about professional skills and about professional morals. So all of you were right. So maybe it's easy topic, but still we should discuss a little bit principles about professional ethics to refresh those knowledges for us. Tatiana, next slide, please. So in short, professional ethics are the moral principles, values, and rules that guide you how professionals make decisions and their work. And next slide, please, Tatiana. Your turn, Oля. Definition of professional ethics, please.
Yeah, of course. So guys, we'll just briefly go through, and I think we all will be agreeing on that one. Professional ethics are the rules and standards of behavior that professionals are expected to follow. They can vary from the company to company, from the governmental institution to another. Governmental institution really depends, but they have a lot of things in common, like loyalty, honesty, and etc. Depends. I would say the sustainability is one of the most popular one right now. The company includes in their working ethics as well. So professional ethics are about how a person should act and behave while doing their professional job. These ethics are often written down and can differ between cultures. In short, professional ethics are the moral values and rules that guide how professionals make decisions and do their work. Yeah, and Tanya, you can go to the next slide, please. So here you can see the simple scheme from what professional ethics consists, right? So this is principle base of ethic rules, code standards, ideal-based ethic character, and consequences based on ethic outcomes, right? Because sometimes you have responsibility of not following the ethic rules. So in some jobs, they can fire you. And basically, I had a lot of examples at my job. We had the code of conduct, which is the rules of the ethical norms for my previous company. So I was facing a few examples when the person was fired not to following this code of conduct. And this was like a big issue. So if you're doing something wrong, they have a right to get rid of you very fast, actually. Even though this code of conduct consists of, I would say, 100 pages. So imagine you have to go through them to understand the company values. And if you're not reflecting on them, you're doing something wrong, they have right to just, basically withdraw you. Okay, next slide.
Next slide.
Yeah. Okay.
And again, next slide, I believe.
Yeah, we can just miss this.
Yes, let's talk about components of the ethics. So I will read for you: honesty, integrity, transparency, accountability, obedience to the law, objectivity, and respectfulness.
Yes. Maria, just a second. Tatiana, can you just go to the next slide, because it's the next one already.
Yes. Тетяна, наступний слайд, будь ласка. 5. From the components. And I propose you, Ola, to discuss all of them. For example, let's start with the honesty. Це 6 slide. Let's ask how our participants understand honesty.
Yeah. So guys, let's just reflect on this one. I hope we will have this slide. Таня, спробуй, будь ласка, 5, щоб просто було перед очима оцей список. Так. Добре. yeah, Maria has just read the list of this basically basics of the work ethics, and the first one is honesty. We already kind of covered it a bit when we started our discussion, but Brett, let's reflect more. Maybe you faced in your career where you had this moral dilemma. You saw maybe someone was lying about something, or you have to lie, or you have to pretend you don't know the truth, or something like this. How much the honesty is important for you at your job on a daily basis? And yeah, I'm waiting for your hands, so please just go ahead if someone wants to share. Okay, we're waiting for volunteers. 3 seconds more, and Maria is choosing her favorite name. Okay, good luck, guys.
Maria.
Maria.
Okay, let's ask Irina. What do you think about honesty? Is it important in your job?
You are making me to repeat again and again that values for me is of great importance, and I think that we have to treat other people as we want to be treated, and we should understand what is good and what is right and what is wrong, and of course, honesty is one of the values which are very important at work and at home and in our relationships and with friends and with just other people. And again, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to behave in a different way.
So you have never pretend that you feel bad to go home earlier or something like this. You're always honest. You see, it's not so clear.
Honest, but sometimes we can lie, and
more interesting. You see, like okay.
So I push you, repeat you again and again that you're honest, but after all,
sometimes we can lie. But at my work, you know that I can say honestly that I feel bad, or I have to do something, and it is very important for me. And my boss understands all these things, and I didn't have any problems with going home and doing my things which I need, because my boss understands that people, if he allows people to solve their problems and lets them go home or stay home, and they will do their work next time. And I know that if I have to do something, I will stay after work for some time and I will do it. But if I need some time for me, I can come and I can ask. And I don't need to pretend a lot of time to lie and cheat somebody to say that I have to go somewhere and to solve my problems. Maybe I'm lucky in this.
I think you are. I think you are indeed. Yeah, but that's amazing. Actually, you see, that's also very good that you're sharing this, because I think when we share our personal situations, it's in a way elevate the level of expectations of other people. You know, when I hear this from you, I'm kind of thinking, okay, I wouldn't mind to work with Irina at her job, you know, because this is kind of reflects my vision and my values. The way I want to live. I also don't want to lie at my work, you know, or pretend when I see lie or hear lie. So this is actually amazing, Irina, that you have this working way.
You know that I read the research conclusions that directors, bosses who understand their workers' problems, who respect their families, they have more loyal workers than those who are very bossy and who don't allow people to solve their problems, their private problems, and don't understand them. And the level of work and the level of performance at work is higher, and people support and believe to their administration.
Yeah, loyal, you can say.
Yeah.
Добре. Ну да, loyal це, знаєш, коли, як це правильно прикласти? Так. Да. Супер, це чудово. Окей. Amazing story, Irina. You see, you kind of also planting the right seed in this group, I think. So, guys, this is what you have to demand at your jobs. Like, you see, honestly, loyalty,
and never tolerate if you are treated badly at work. You can change your work, and I promise you that you will find better job. And maybe such humiliation or offense is a right step, is a right kick to leave this job and to find better, and it will be more paid, yeah, and maybe you will meet better people there, and you will feel better and more comfortable there.
Yeah, good advice.
I believe that we should put these words of Irina on the wall and read every single day, you know.
New presentation can be named like this. Irina, I would also say, if you will have open vacancies at your working place, you just need to share here, okay? So if you were looking for someone else, you know where to come with the open position, right? Maybe we will consider. This sounds nice. Okay, guys, if anyone else want to add something regarding honesty, how much it is important for you personally, or you can just withdraw it, close your eyes and do your job properly. What do you think? Yulia, maybe you can share something.
As for me, honesty is the most important feature, and I had lies, and I try to avoid such situation. But when we speak about our private life, yes, and when we speak about our work, sometimes it's situation when we need maybe not to lie, but not to speak something true. Okay, when don't lie, but don't speak honesty.
Okay, yeah. Like hide the truth, right? Like when you just don't speak loudly about some stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But
Let's
it's
ask.
Sorry, I just wanted to ask Yulia, but do you think it's also part of a lie when you don't speak, like, you know, when you just hide the truth? Do you think it's partially can call it a lie as well, or it's kind of, you know, in
when we speak about our moral
morality, you can just say
moral habits, I think that sometimes when we know truth, but we can opportunity to say it somebody because it's some maybe service information that are not for general disclosure. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And such behavior, maybe it's not honesty to opponent to another person in such situation.
Yeah, that's actually a good question that you raised, because from one hand you are ethical, right? From your job perspective, you can't speak about a lot of stuff, right? But from your personal perspective, in a way, you're kind of hiding something, right? So
Yes,
you are
yes.
ethical, but not very honest, maybe with your family or something like this. But okay, that's interesting. Okay, maybe let's move to another slide. And
Sorry, I want to finish this slide with the words of William Shakespeare, because we ask everybody, but not Shakespeare. We should ask him. Honesty is the best policy. If I lose my honor, I lose myself. So that's nice to finish the slide with honesty. Thank you. Now, Tatiana, next slide. Thank you.
Okay, so the next one will be integrity. Is a concept of consistency of actions, values, methods, measures, principles, expectations, and outcomes. Integrity can be regarded as the opposite of hypocrisy, that it regards internal consistency as the virtue. Okay, this is a complicated definition, but if anyone wants to share how you understand it, maybe you have it at your jobs, I would be just super curious to hear. Anyone? Okay, no reflections on this one. Tanya, let's move to the next one. Maybe we'll have some stories from work for the next one. Tanya, do you hear me? Yeah, let's go to the next slide. Sorry, you there. Sorry. My bad. Okay, transparency, guys. It's a general quality. It is implemented by a set of policies, practices, and procedures. It allows citizens to have accessibility, usability, utility, understandability, informativeness, and audibility of information and process held by centers of authority, society, or organizations. So transparency, this is the word that we hear a lot lately, especially I would say in Ukraine nowadays, again, when kind of from one hand we want to have more information about what's going on in the country, from other hand, also a lot of information is kind of classified as a secret information, right? So even start with the, I don't know, tell us that the war will start. Our government decided kind of not to tell this to people and just to keep the secret, even the news were saying the opposite. Yeah, this is just one example of transparency, right? So good or wrong, ethical, not ethical, or maybe any examples from your life, what you find a good example of transparency, bad example of transparency. And I think this is kind of crucial right now for us, because we still need to be aware of what's going on, but how deeply we should be aware. Anyone, hands? Just try yourself out to speak like you are at the TED show speaker.
I want to be the most clever girl here, so I want to say how Dalai Lama say about transparency.
Yeah, come on.
A lack of transparency result in distrust and deep sense of insecurity.
Yeah, that's a good statement, I would say. Okay, Maria, maybe you have some reflection from your life. What do you think? Transparency at work, how much important is that?
I believe that all these principles are important in job, as well honesty, as well transparency. But I don't have any story to share with you on this subject.
Mm-hmm. Okay, fair enough. Okay, let's move to the next one. Let's try the next one. Oh yes, this is a good one. So accountability. It's often used synonymously with such concept as answerability, blameworthiness, liability. We also raised this a bit already. It is the acknowledgement and assumption of responsibility for actions, products, decisions, and policies, and be answerable for the resulting consequences. It cannot exist without proper accounting practices. So basically what we're saying here, that if you did something wrong, you have to bear the responsibility for it, or you have to be punished for it. It really depends. It can be just a moral punishment, right? Like, for instance, you have a general meeting at work and your boss is saying out of loud that you did something wrong and all your colleagues are witnessing this. This can be one thing, right? Or they just fire you because of some actions. So did you have anything like this at your job? Like, or what consequences if you are not ethical enough at your work? For instance, you did something bad, what the worst case scenario, what can happen to you? Anyone wants to share? Maria, I think this is a time to choose the name. We have to talk here. It's also like a speaking club, so I'm so sorry.
We still, okay. Marina, can you share with us your opinion about accountability?
Here, the Monday is a hard day for everybody. It's a lot of interesting words today for me.
You did not know this word before?
Accountability. No, I didn't know. So
Do you understand the meaning?
I understand. I looked in the vocabulary.
Okay.
So of course, for every action, we must have відповідальність, да?
Responsibility.
Responsibility, yeah. Responsibility. So I understand it, and we had in our work that. So it's great. It must be always, but I don't know that it's have it from the ethics. If you don't do your job as well, you would have responsibility for this.
Actually, this slide reminds me the video which we already seen about that not blame other person and take responsibility on your own. For example, if it happened with me, because nobody perfect and all of us can make mistakes. First of all, I will tell truth. Second, I will try to find solution, what we can do, how we can solve this problem if it's on my fault. And I believe that it's a good way to behave in such situation when you make a mistake. Are you agree with me, Marina?
Yes.
Because okay, somebody can punish me in some way, but after all, the best what I can do is solve this problem, or at least try to solve this problem.
Because I wanted to tell you that if we have a lot of units here, and these units may have responsibility for one person who is in the submissive unit. Yeah, he do some mistake, but everyone's fault for it because he do some things, and all of the other units are have the responsibility for him. Because you didn't teach him as well, you didn't show him as well how to do that, or so.
So you have a group responsibility, right? So
if
one is wrong, but then the whole group is kind of responsible for the consequences.
Yeah, group responsibility. Yeah,
okay.
That's right.
This is tough. Okay, it's interesting.
But after all, the making mistakes are normal. It's our way of learning. Even with the foreign languages, it's a way of learning foreign language.
Yeah, who doesn't do mistakes do nothing. Yeah, person didn't do.
Actually, Maria, maybe
Shakespeare. I believe that it's a Shakespeare, no?
Maria, you can read the phrase as well here. I think it's
it's a good one. When a man points a finger at someone else, he should remember that 4 of his fingers are pointing at himself. Коли ти показуєш на когось пальцем, пам'ятай, що 4 пальця показують на тебе. Тому
yeah, it's good one.
Okay,
Not the Lama, but still good one.
yeah, I don't know this guy actually, but looks like he had a good life experience, no? Tanya, let's move on for the next slide. Tanya, don't point fingers at us. Okay. Confidentiality, probably your favorite, guys, because you all related to the forces. So confidentiality is an ethical principle of discretion associated with the professions such as medicine, law, psychotherapy. In business, the confidentiality of information is a mainstream adaptation of the need to know. So whose interests, which interests, and confidential information of worker, employee, colleague, competitor. So again, at my job, we had a NDA, it's non-disclosure agreement that we sign. So basically, I cannot say too much of my work, but this is like a business related thing that you will not sell their business ideas to other companies. I would say it's kind of a very basic thing. Yeah, what do you have, guys, about like at your jobs confidentiality? How much you know about this? How much you use it at work? If anyone wants just to share, maybe you also have some agreements that you have to sign. I don't know, or maybe you have some secret information for us. I don't know to unveil. I'm joking, but yeah, Maria.
Yeah, we have a law about personal data in Ukraine. So all of government workers should follow this law. This kind of personal information about health, about age, about marriage status, and so on. And government workers cannot share this information, only according to the law. For example, if you want to receive information about yourself, you can receive, but you should give a copy of your passport to show that you're the same person, and then you can receive some information from the government bodies. But other person could not receive. At least it's some police or SBU or something like this.
And also, like in Europe, this GDPR law, which is kind of recent one, but I think it's very widely spreaded, so it's very important. Like a lot of websites had this issue to kind of protect the personal data of the users and like make sure to delete it at some point. Okay, anyone wants to reflect on this topic? Just let us know.
Let me finish this slide. In intelligence work, there are limits to the amount of information you can share. Confidentiality are essential. Good one.
Okay, let's then move on. And I think we will finally finish this presentation.
No. Oля, we have only 6 minutes and we have 6 slides. So one minute for a slide.
Run. Tatiana, run for the next.
Don't ask anybody, not good policeman, not bad policeman.
No more
question.
Okay, objectivity is a principle of journalist professionalism. Objectivity in journalism enables highly accelerated news reporting and delivery, which sometimes is a tension with standards of objectivity. I would say it's not only in journalism, but probably this is the main profession that reflects this, right? Ви теж розумієте, та? Це про об'єктивність.
Because a judge is the best professional to show this.
Так. You have kind of to consider both sides. You can't just reflect one story. Like in journalism, it's quite obvious, right? Because if you will just... yeah, but it's also a hard one from ethical perspective. Let's just say, like objectivity, even in Russian war, let's say. For us, from my perspective, I would say we need to reflect only Ukrainian way of seeing the problem because Russia invaded Ukraine, and you should show what's happening here in the country, right? For the partners, for the rest of the world. But is it objective? kind of no, right? That's why sometimes in the Western media you will see the picture when they try to, I don't know, see that Russians are also the victims of the war, the soldiers are also suffering at the war. For us, it's very painful to see because we're thinking, like, what's wrong with this world? It's not ethical. And from our perspective, it's definitely not ethical. That's why we're trying to ban all the cultural events of Russians, right, in the West, kind of saying, don't support anything from Russia. They are bad, that's it. This is the only objective way to talk about this. But from the, let's say, worldwide perspective, they want to hear two sides of the stories. That's why it started to be so complicated, right? And sometimes looks unethical, but kind of objective. This is kind of my reflection of the complexity of this term, I would say, because that can be very, like, deeply investigated. What is right and what is wrong. But you can share what you think if someone wants to share on this one. I think this is kind of a very complicated one. What is objectivism here?
So I should say that objectivity is one of the main principles of the law, of human rights, of trial, and so on. So not only about professional ethics. So we, no matter what we, it's not about your perspective. You should stay objective during your work, especially if you work for the government.
And it's a hard one. Yeah, and it's a hard one. Okay.
For example, I hate Russian, but I should sometimes I meet them on conferences or another project, and I try to behave polite, not to kill immediately them. But in my eyes, you can read what I think about them, but I try to behave polite.
Yeah. Otherwise, the people around will consider you as the cruel
that
and
Ukrainians
aggressive.
are. Yes, that Ukrainians are aggressive and unpolite and so on. So just to
this is okay.
Just to show Ukrainian from a good side. Okay, next one, Tatiana. 2 minutes, Oля. So you have 30 seconds.
Respectfulness. Respect gives a positive feeling of esteem. Esteem – це самооцінка. Оцінка. Esteem, оцінка, self-esteem, самооцінка, for a person and conduct representative of that esteem. Respect can be a specific feeling of regard for the actual qualities of the one respected. Rude conduct is usually considered to indicate a lack of respect, disrespect, whereas actions that honor somebody or something indicate respect. Okay, so Albert Einstein said, I speak to everyone in the same way, whether he is the garbage man or the president of the university. So I don't know if you have the same, but I think it's a very important one, right? And you probably, maybe you saw the picture of Barack Obama, and that's why I think people also like them. Like him, sorry, when he was given the 5 to the worker of the White House, the cleaner. So that was one of the pictures on his Instagram, you know, so he was just respecting him as any other person in the White House residence. Also, like in my company, for instance, they have the culture that you can speak to the president of the company equal way that you do to your normal colleague, whoever he is. So sometimes it's not working this way, of course, in reality, but the policy says that we all equal at work.
I want to finish this slide with the words of my mother. Once, when I was a child, she said to me that even fish seller on the street market can teach you in some way something. All of us are professional in something, so all of us can teach each other in something. So you should respect everybody. At least you know something bad about the person.
Okay. If someone wants to interrupt, just do it. Okay. So let's go to the next slide. Maybe this is the last one, Maria.
Almost.
Okay. So evidence to law. And let's just give it a short way. Law is the set of enforced rules under which a society is governed. Law is one of the most basic social institutions and one of the most necessary. The law thus establishes the rules that define a person's rights and obligation. The law also sets penalties for people who violate these rules. So I think this is kind of more or less easy one, right? So we do understand what does the law mean and why we all follow it. Otherwise, we will have the anarchy around us. Mahatma Gandhi said, an unjust law is itself a species of violence. Arrest for its breach is more so. Yep.
It's good words to finish for today. We should respect our participants and their time and their schedules. So thank you a lot for joining us today, and I wish you an amazing week and amazing day. Thank you a lot. It was really interesting to speak with you on this topic.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for your activity.
Goodbye.
Yeah, it was such a great pleasure to hear your thoughts.
Thank you. It was so nice.
Yeah. See you next time. Enjoy your week.
Have a nice week too.
Yeah, you too, guys.
By the way, let me say one more thing. Мар'яна Мар'яна сказала, що вона вас запросить в Барселону для участі в проєкті, тому you already have an invitation to Barcelona after today.
And shall we learn Spanish?
No, you should.
It's better to start.
Actually, in Barcelona, it's not so hard to speak in English compared to Madrid. I was surprised about it.
They don't want to speak English, and they don't know.
I mean, in Madrid, I had the situation that nobody know English, but in Barcelona, so much immigrants and so many people who speak English. I was in Barcelona 3 months ago, and I was surprised that maybe because of immigrants, the situation changed a little bit in Barcelona. Ola, do you agree? I know that you was in Barcelona months ago.
Yeah, I think we can start Spanish next week. That's what I'm saying.
But we will discuss again honesty, Ola.
Yes, we will.
Okay.
In Spanish. Okay, guys. See you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.